Hey guys, it's me, your neighbor's car who was parked in front of your driveway, E-Class Mercedes. And these are all the bosses that I beat, and I'm going to explain half of them. This is the first part. This is going to be explaining all the bosses and how I beat them. So, kind of open cars with you first. Attuned. We're going to do most of them normally, except for a couple accidentally. But here we go. Now, Gray's mother was pretty easy for me. I died like once, and then the second time I decided, hey, I'm gonna beat him now. So, basically what you want to do, the only tip I can really give you is just to hit her at the right spot. You should usually hit her from behind when she's doing her little up and down attack diagonally. And you don't really need to get into hits at this part unless you're tanking. I mean, if you're tanking, yeah, do whatever you can, but it's really simple, honestly. Next up we have the Minifly King, and he's a very repetitive boss. He does the same attack, couple attacks, over and over again until you kill him. And don't make the same mistake that I did. Try to kill him, and if you do, you have to have Zote in your game. And he adds another boss to the Pantheon, and he's kind of annoying. So if I were you, I should just, you do not save Zote from him. He's a very repetitive boss. Really used two attacks, his little call-in and his little dive attack. And his dive attack, he calls in enemies for you to fight, basically. It's more of his little mini-flaws, and for his dive attack, all you really want to do is pogo under him, and you got it. And if you want to, you can dash into him and do a couple extra damage. It's hard to do, sometimes. Or you could always throw a Vengeful Spirit, so the Shade Soul at him while he's doing this. It's pretty nice to do. But really, he has way too much. He has way more health than he should have, but that's really it. Next up on the chopping block, we have Whirling Mauleck. He is one of those bosses that I never fought at all, and I ended up coming back to him after I realized that I needed him for the Pantheon. This happens with a couple bosses. I kind of skipped a bunch of them, but here we are with him. I beat him very quickly because I had almost all the upgrades, and you know, he was pretty easy. You kind of got to dash through him when he does the big move. And special something, when he jumps up like that, like he just did, you can get a heal off right when he hits the ground, and it's a very nice heal window for you to have if you need it. I've been, while refighting these bosses, I've been trying to use my spells more because I don't use those enough, you know. But other than that, I think you're good to go. And next up we have False Knight. He's very simple, very easy. I think I died to him once. And I used the little escape trick because I was about to die. It's the first time. I didn't end up dying. After that I tried and died to death to him. And then I beat him. He's fairly simple. I feel like Shade Soul is a very good for fighting with the Pantheons, obviously, because you don't get it when you're fighting him normally. When he's going cuckoo bananas like that, what you want to do is you want to hit him with a couple Shade Souls, you know? And when he's down, you want to hit him with a Dream Nail. And obviously this is after the first time you fight him, because you can't really do that the next time. After that, you should be good to go. And next up, we have Hornet, Sentinel, and Hornet. So I did some weird edits with this one because I don't know. But this is the only time I do it, sadly. I'm sorry. But here we have Hornet and Hornet Sentinel. They're both fairly easy. Whatever strategies you used for normal Hornet should work with Hornet Sentinel. The only thing is, after a while, she'll have a different face. While you're fighting Hornet though, I feel like the couple windows to heal is her AoE attack and her dash, like her when she throws her nail. It's very simple to dodge that if you're in the right spot of the map. You just have to get to the right spot. There's a lot of windows with her, you just kind of find them. After that, I think you're good for the first phase. But after the second phase is when, for Hornet Sentinel, after the second phase, it gets kind of different. She has these little spikes out, and this is a big tip. Focus on the spike balls first. If you're using the Thorns of Agony, which is what I used the first time I fought here. It doesn't really work with the spiky balls, but you want to focus on them first because you do not want to have half of your screen taken up and have to fight a Hornet on one screen while she gets the whole screen to dodge your attacks. But after that, you should be good to go. Next up, we have a Monstroider. I don't really know what to say. I mean, he's Monstroider. He's fairly the easiest boss in the game, and I took a couple bits of damage because I wanted to try something new on him. It's a little like down attack slash I saw, but it wasn't really working out, so I went for the normal, spam him while he's sitting there, It works very well. I'll do it in a second. But it's fairly simple. Quick Slash is really good for him if you're really having that much trouble, which you really shouldn't. But Quick Slash is super nice. But he dies fairly quick. He has really low health. He's just kind of a bad. I don't really know what to say. And next up, we have Flutearm. Flutearm is another one of those bosses that I only tried to defeat after I realized that I needed to do it for the Pantheon. Now, she's fairly simple. Again, I was trying something new, using the little thingies as soul, like for soul, and then throwing sage shells at her, but it didn't work as well as my other strategy that I'm about to show you. You'll see that after I get pummeled very hard by these weird flying things. But really, what you gotta do is you have to sit right at this bottom part, and you want to kill them both. You're gonna kill both if she spawns out, and then hit her at the top. And then sometimes you can hit her with the up AoE attack. It's really nice. Yeah, the Abyss Streak. That one's very nice for her. Works very well. But that's really what you want to do, and it helps a lot when trying to fight her. I suggest you have your dark abilities when you're fighting these people, but after that you should be good to go. And now we're on to the Mantis Lords. Now the Mantis Lords, they're pretty easy. I fought them after, like, I was only fighting like the really hard bosses, so I thought the game was super hard and all the bosses were super hard still. And I already had Shade Cloak by the time I tried to fight the Mantis Lords, and it was like, I just thought, dang, these guys are pretty easy, And it made me think, why do people say these guys are the best if they're super easy, I mean, they were a very fun boss to play against. But they're fairly simple to play against too. It's not that bad. It's just a very nice fight. The way that I don't think it's the fact that there's two of them. I think it's the fact that really it's a big hole. The way that they attack is super nice and they feel super fluid. Like, there are certain people, like the guy from the Soul Sanctum who has the sword and he can teleport and he can throw the balls. Not the guy who has the sword. He can't fly. It's the other guy who's a boss. I really enjoyed him because of how fluent the fight went. It's not that he was easy or that he was hard. Just it felt so fluid when I was fighting him, especially with the Shade Cloak. But I thought that's what happens here with the fluency. I think that's what feels so good about it. I need a boss that's super fluent like this, but still hard. That would be great, But if you just dodge, she's very simple. If you dodge her attacks, you should be good to go. Next up is the Avalables. They're fairly simple. I beat them in the Coliseum, and then all of a sudden I had a lot of trouble with them. I don't know why. I think it's just the RNG that you need to fight them. There's not much I can say. I mean, Shade Cloak is pretty cool. I don't know when you'd use it though. It's alright. The only thing you really have to note is that if you kill one of them, the other one gets faster and has more health. And that's really it. I mean, it's simple, but it's a bit challenging, but it's fairly simple. And if you just memorize the attacks, you should be alright. Or you can't really memorize, it's RNG, but I mean, after you get past all that, you should be alright, Alright, Hive Knight. Hive Knight, he gave me trouble at first, and it's kind of it. I mean, after I beat him the first time, it was very simple to beat him. I really suggest that you have Shade Cloak for this, like I had for this fight. It's good for dodging through them because he has a lot of dash attacks, and dash attacks are great to dash through with your Shade Cloak. With his bees, they shouldn't pose you too much trouble. I mean, tanking this guy is fairly easy, especially in the Pantheon. He only has like 2 phases. His little toothpick attack? I mean, I haven't figured out. I don't really know much about him that much. But here is my boy, my dog, my main man himself, the Broken Vessel. He's one of my favorite enemies. I don't know why. I just love him so much. He's my beefy boy, my chonker. It felt super good beating him. You got the Monarch Wings, you got the... I don't know what else you get. But, you know, it was a super nice boss. I felt like you were fighting one of your kin. Obviously, that's what the Lost Kin fight is. But, it was pretty easy after you get your upgrades in your mail. But Shade Cloak is recommended. Sharp Shadow is recommended. I don't really know what to say. Alright, you know the drill. It's the 2 hits and then the Shade Cloak on the... Or not the Shade Cloak, the stupid Shade Soul on this side, you know. Like I just did. That's the main focus point on Nosk. It's the one thing that makes him a very easy boss. A fairly easy boss. I had a little bit of trouble with him the first time I fought him. But with this, with his little up attack, you want to go step by step so that he misses your attacks. And it's very inaccurate anyway, so you should be alright if you do that. You get a little window to heal when he's when you're supposed to do the 2 hits and the Shade Soul. Should be fairly easy to get the windows off. Or get the windows right, I mean. But other than that, you should be good to go. Now, next up, we have the one and only Collector. He's pretty cool. He's very easy. I died to him once. He's a fairly simple. Nah, he's very easy to tank. Really, a big tip for this is if you have the Coiled Sword or higher with your upgrades, it's a very good idea to use that because all the enemies that come out of his pots will one-shot. And that's kind of it. Other than that, you should be good to go. I'm gonna keep talking to it, obviously. But, he's pretty cool. I mean, his whole lore is super weird. I'm not trying to get into it right here. Look at this guy. I hate when he leaves. I hate him to not leave, you know? It's kind of stupid. But, as the fight keeps going, I think the only 3 types he has are the little shooty guy, I don't know. You should be good to go. Leave. Click off this video. Leave. But on a serious note, the God Tamer. He's funny for me. I don't know much about him because I played the 3rd Pantheon, or not the 3rd Pantheon, the 3rd Trial in the Colosseum, but I didn't get to him, and I thought that I would have to beat him in a fight or whatever. I thought I'd have to beat him, like, actually, but I just had to play the 3rd Trial. Now, I did play the 3rd Trial, but I didn't get to him. I'm still working on that, don't worry. It's going to be in the video, probably. But I don't know. I just kind of got him anyway. I had trouble with him in the Pantheons. That's it. Now, the Enraged Guardian. He's pretty cool. Him and the Crystal Guardian are pretty cool. Funny thing, when I was getting the clip for this, I didn't actually know that I was playing the Enraged Guardian. I thought I was using the Crystal Guardian. I didn't even notice when I took damage to him, because I killed him so quick. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Umu. Umu. I mean, with the Crow version, all you really have to do is wait. I suggest you keep a quick slash charge, or not quick, whatever the big sword attack is. It should just keep that charged and ready for when she's hit. Or you could do it while she's in her stasis phase, but it'd be better if you didn't, because you'd be able to get more hits off. With the non-Crow version, you have to use the jellyfish to clear to get into her, right? very not too simple thing. And for that, I'd suggest that you save it. Like I'd suggest, since you have to hit the little jellyfish thing, you hit that, and as you hit it, you charge up your big sword, and then you hit him again. You hit the jellyfish. I don't know. I haven't fought this girl that much, or this thing that much in general. I don't think shells actually have genders or jellyfish. I don't know why it's shell, but I don't think they do have genders. Other than that, I can't give you much tips for this one. You just kind of gotta fend for yourself. I'm sorry. So other than this, you should not be good to go. You should be independent, because you're not being independent right now. You're focusing on me for your help in the bosses that I'm talking about. Don't refer to me. Okay, Trader Lloyd. I was waiting for this one. The Trader Ward would be a great fight, all right, but they made one mistake with it. Now, the way that he attacks, it takes a couple seconds, and with the way that it's the exact same amount of time that it takes for my cloak to regenerate. So each time that I could dash, I dash right through him, and it's a fairly easy fight because of just how they messed up with this boss. Beat him very quickly. It's very easy. Now, just thinking skins is right now, the charms that I used are, if I have to, I'm guessing off the top of my head because I'm not playing right now. This is a voiceover. It was Quick Slash, Unbreakable Strength, Soul Catcher, Long Nail, I think. I don't know. Maybe Long Nail. Maybe, some other funky monkey attack, but I think that's it. For this guy, you really just have to know his attacks and dodge him. Like, with this attack, you have to get out. I feel like another thing you should do is focus on the baby zones first, obviously. But I feel like the biggest tip I can give you for this one is be patient. For all bosses I can give you, be patient. That's something that you need to know to beat anything in this game, even if it's super easy. Be patient. Don't get greedy with your attacks, and don't give up because you haven't beat him yet. Another thing you can do with this guy is when he is doing his little like white zotes that explode, stay in an area where you're not gonna get hit from him, and then just sit there for a bit and try to stay in that area while he's attacking you. That's what I did to try and dodge those. Other than that, that's the end of part 1. We're gonna be doing the top row later. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, I'll do more of the voiceover kind of videos like this. But other than that, you should be good to go.